Hello everyone, and let's check out another very exciting chess game by Paul Morphy. And this was a blindfold game by Paul Morphy. Paul Morphy was blindfolded when he was playing this game in a blindfold simul. And this game was played in London in 1859, in April 20. And Paul Morphy's opponent is Richard Dawson, who was the president of the St. George Chess Club for 35 years, and he was an active chess player. So Paul Morphy had to memorize every move in the chessboard. But that's not very difficult for Paul Morphy with his photographic memory. So Paul Morphy, who has the white pieces, starts the game with playing e4 without seeing the board. e5, f4, bishop to c5, knight to f3, knight to c6, b4. Paul Morphy sacrificed the b pawn, bishop takes on b4, c3, bishop to a5, bishop to c4, bishop to b6, d4, e takes on d4, c takes on d4. After sacrificing the b pawn, Paul Morphy has the beautiful central control, as you can see. White dominates the center of the board. So d6, bishop to b2, f6. Well, after bishop to b2, a random move, let's say a6, then d5, that was the threat. If knight to a5, defending the knight, then bishop takes on g7. If knight takes bishop, then queen to a4, and capturing the knight, and then winning the exchange. White is better, black is losing. So bishop to b2, f6, and f5. Queen to e7 and Paul Morphy castled, bishop to d7. And of course, as you know, if queen takes on e4 then rook to e1 and winning the queen, this is pinning the queen. So Paul Morphy sees everything, bishop to d7, knight to c3, and Richard Dawson castled in the queen side, rook to e1, queen to e8, knight to d5, g6, and knight takes bishop on b6. A takes on b6, queen to a4, knight to a5, attacking the queen with the bishop. Paul Morphy played queen to a3, c6. Paul Morphy retreated his bishop to d3 because knight was attacking the bishop. After queen to a3, if capturing the bishop immediately with the knight, then queen to a8, and that's checkmate in one move. So after queen to a3 we have c6 by Richard Dawson, and now he's threatening to capture the bishop because the king can escape on c7, bishop to d3, queen to f8, defending the d-pawn, bishop to c3, attacking the knight, king to c7, and bishop takes knight, rook to a8 by Richard Dawson. The bishop is pinned. But before losing the bishop, Paul Morphy captured the b-pawn with the bishop, that's check. King takes on b6, and rook from a to b1, that's check. King to c7, and queen to b3. How to defend? We have rook to b8, defending with the rook, and then queen to b6 by Paul Morphy. Black is forced to play king to c8, and then bishop to a6 by Paul Morphy. Another very beautiful move by Mr. Paul Morphy. When he was playing blindfolded, he was playing incredibly accurate chess game, and Lowenthal was one of the witnesses of this game. And he was writing his notes, and Lowenthal said, Paul Morphy's moves is simply astonishing. It was very impressive for the spectators of this game, and of course for Lowenthal. Anyway, after bishop to a6, knight to e7 by Richard Dawson, e5, d takes on e5, and then bishop takes on b7 by Paul Morphy, rook takes on b7, and queen takes on b7, winning the exchange, king to d8, and then d takes on e5, and black resigned. Richard Dawson resigned. What a game by Paul Morphy. An incredible chess game. A blindfold masterpiece by Paul Morphy. A flawless chess game. When he was playing blindfolded, He played very accurately. So in this position also white opens the file for the rook. And black is in trouble. And let me show you just one line, one possible continuation. If f takes on e5, then knight takes on e5. Queen takes on f5, rook from b to d1, knight to d5, and knight takes on c6. Check. Bishop takes knight. Queen takes bishop. And what now? Queen to d7, then rook takes knight. Queen takes rook, queen takes queen. And you get the picture. Black is getting checkmated very badly. So after d takes on e5 by Paul Morphy, Richard Dawson resigned. He threw in the towel. He was very upset after this game. He said, "How could I lose to a man who could not see the board, where Paul Morphy has his eyes in the back of his head, and in his mind he had a photographic memory. That's why he played this accurately." So anyway, this was the last position of the game. A very beautiful chess game, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye.